A new feature that has been added to the advanced camera options in View 7, which we can access by double-clicking on any camera in the scene. We can see that on the left side, just underneath our vertical FOV or field of view, we now have a lens aberration option. This option is shown as a percentage, ranging from -100% up to 100%, and the default value being 0%. What this option does is it manipulates the shape of our camera lens to create a realistic looking distortion to our image, like real camera lenses do. And the scene I have set up is just of an alpha plane with a grid image on it, and this is going to give us the best representation of this effect, because in a normal scene you may not see the distortion as clearly. So we're going to start by taking a look just at the image I'm using, and you can see this is just a very simple grid where we just have straight lines, horizontal and vertical. So let's go ahead and change some of these lens aberration settings and take a look at how this will manipulate this image. Double click on the main camera to open up the advanced camera options. And let's start by going to -100%. Now we can see the image has drastically changed and the look of the image becomes concave. And of course we're going to see a reverse effect if we switch this to 100%. So let's go ahead and take a look at a render at 100% lens aberration. And now the look of our image becomes convex. Now the amount of distortion we get from that percentage is directly related to our field of view. The more zoom we have on our camera, the less effective this lens aberration effect is going to be. So let's go ahead and set this to -100, back where we were before. And if we take a look at the focal length, I'm just going to go ahead and pull that back to 25 millimeters. So we have more of a wide angle shot. And now we have gone outside the range of the alpha plane a little, but you can see the effect is a little more dramatic and a little more drastic. And one thing I want to point out is that this is not a post-process effect. This is altering the actual render of the scene, and it's not something that happens after the image is rendered. So you do need to make sure that you're doing tests and rendering out a few frames ahead of time. If you're going to be using this for animation, if you're doing stills, then you have a little more flexibility where you're not going to be so constrained to the options you've set because you're only rendering one frame. With animation, you do want to watch the overall percentage that you set and really make sure you have a couple of test frames first.